Welcome to a presentation on Luka Magnotta, a criminal whose actions shocked the world and challenged law enforcement across international borders. My name is Joseph Kajingo, and my partner is Jesse Dillon. Today, we will walk you through Magnotta's background, his crimes, the investigation, and the broader impact of this case.
Luka Magnotta was born as Eric Clinton Kirk Newman on July 24th of 1982 in Ontario, Canada. He grew up in a household marked by instability, emotional neglect, and family turmoil. His parents separated when he was young, and he often lived with his grandparents, who also got divorced after some time. These early experiences laid the groundwork for emotional and psychological issues later in life. Clinton's mental health issues became evident early on. He was diagnosed with narcissistic personality disorder after getting charged with fraud in 2004. This made him obsessively preoccupied with his appearance and how others perceived him. Some experts also suspect he showed signs of psychopathy. This combination made him dangerous, driven by a need for attention and control. In 2006, Eric legally changed his name to Luka Magnotta in an effort to reinvent himself. He attempted to become a model, actor, and public figure, but faced repeated rejections. He did, however, get into stripping and was an actor for a few gay pornography films before he had his name changed. This desperation for fame led him to create multiple social media accounts, fabricating stories and attaching himself to high-profile crimes like those of Karla Homokla. Magnotta was obsessed with creating a persona online. He built several profiles and spread false rumors, such as dating notorious Canadian killer Karla Homokla. Despite his efforts, he remained unknown in mainstream media, which further fueled his frustration. Before committing his most notorious crime, Magnotta was linked to disturbing videos of animal cruelty, where he filmed himself harming kittens, his most well-known being One Man, Two Kittens. These videos were seen as warning signs of escalating violence. However, law enforcement was unable to intervene in time. On May 24th of 2012, Magnotta met Jun Lin, a Chinese international student, through a dating app. This meeting would set in motion a gruesome series of events that would soon capture the world's attention. Just a day later, on May 25th, 2012, Magnotta murdered Jun Lin in his Montreal apartment. He filmed the act and uploaded the video online titled One Lunatic, One Ice Pick, displaying the crime for all to see. The murder was brutal, displaying acts of necrophilia and cannibalism, and the video shocked viewers worldwide. During the murder, Magnotta dismembered Jun Lin's body, later mailing parts of his limbs and other body parts to various political offices and schools in Canada. The gruesome nature of his crime heightened public outrage and urgency in the investigation. The videos released caused a media frenzy. The public was horrified not only by the crime, but the fact that it was shared online for sensational purposes, on Facebook specifically. The media's intense coverage also raised concerns about whether such attention encouraged the crime. By the time police identified Magnotta as a suspect, he had already fled the country. Canadian authorities requested help from Interpol, and a red notice was issued, triggering a global manhunt.
Coordinating across multiple countries proved challenging. Authorities had to work together to track Magnotta's movements across Europe. The case highlighted the complexities of international investigations, especially when time is of the essence. Magnotta was spotted in Paris and eventually made his way to Berlin, Germany. CCTV footage and witness reports allowed law enforcement to narrow their search. On June 14, 2012, Magnotta was arrested in an internet cafe in Berlin. Ironically, he was reading news articles about himself when a cafe employee recognized him and contacted the police. Experts who assessed Magnotta found him to be narcissistic with psychopathic tendencies. His obsession with fame and his lack of empathy made him a particularly dangerous individual. His behavior fit the profile of criminals who seek attention through horrific acts. Magnotta's actions were likely motivated by a need to achieve fame at any cost. Psychologists suggest that his frustration with not gaining recognition in traditional ways led him to seek infamy through crime. During his trial, Magnotta's defense team argued that he was mentally ill and not responsible for his actions. However, the prosecution presented evidence of premeditation, including videos and planning materials found on his devices. In 2014, Luka Magnotta was found guilty of first-degree murder. He was sentenced to life imprisonment with no chance of parole for 25 years. This sentence reflected the severity of the crime and the need to protect the public. The extensive media coverage of the case played a key role in Magnotta's capture, especially over Facebook with animal activists during the making of his kitten abuse videos. His photo was widely circulated, and the cafe employee who recognized him was able to contact the police thanks to media reports. Magnotta's case sparked debates about the role of social media in crime. It highlighted the need for stricter regulations on violent content and raised questions about how much attention should be given to criminals seeking fame. Lucky for him, he got what he wanted in 2019 when Netflix decided to make a documentary about his case called Don't Fuck with Cats. This case has become a reference point for criminal profiling. It highlights the importance of early intervention when individuals display narcissistic or psychopathic tendencies. Furthermore, the investigation showcased the need for enhanced international cooperation. The case also demonstrated the power of media in both assisting investigations and raising ethical concerns about sensational coverage.